Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're playing a champion I don't normally play, Yasuo. And we're taking on the Aurelion Sol adventure, the harder one that is. I figured since I went ahead and used up all of my 6-star champions against Aurelion Sol, I could just go ahead and use the 5-star ones after that. I mean, we did beat Aurelion Sol with our 5-star Caitlyn, so realistically, how hard can it possibly be? I'm going to take the explosive finale, just because I think it's funny. It's going to be amusing when I level up Yasuo, strike the opponent's entire board, kill most of their units, and then the opponent dies off of that. At least that's the plan. Let's see, let's drop down the Shadow Assassin, I guess. Make sure that we get the most amount of value possible out of the mana we have. Then next turn we can go for Ion Wind Chaser. Stall out the opponent. Then the turn after that we can go for Yasuo, which will level up. Or I can go for Yasuo on the defensive turn. That's probably for the best. I'm just gonna go ahead and attack with the Shadow Assassin. And then the opponent does something here and I stun his entire board and then I win.
No one is promised tomorrow.
There. We have just cleared the opponent's entire board, dealt a bunch of damage to his Nexus, and we're on our way to victory.
I dare you. Now who's got the upper hand?
Just like this. Honestly, if the other fights give me as much time as this one just did, and then I'll probably be golden. The Maker, X-Tech Observatory, Bundle, Balance. Nah, let's reroll. Ooh, Concussive Palm giving us Sleep Stream can be good to refill. All of these buckets are not that tempting. I guess Zoe is interesting at least, just because Flippy Trouble Bubble costing 1 and discarding a card from the opponent is funny, so I'll take it.
I like you. I like you.
Let's hope that this upcoming shop has something good for us. I think our deck would really benefit from something to tie us up nicely. Or to tie up nicely our game plan, that is. Just going to summon the Zoe. Ooh. Time Winder. Well, fortunately we get an extra Zoe, so it's this is completely fine. And I'm going to use the Sleepy Trouble Bubble just so I can discard a card from the opponent. Though maybe that's a mistake considering we're facing off against Jinx, and Jinx wants to discard cards. I was already leveled up. Neat. Anyway, let's keep stalling the opponent out. Oh, the opponent has even more board. Zoe dies here, obviously. And I have to take 6 to the Nexus. Well, so far we've taken 8. Things could be worse. Let's just drop the Yasuo. Hopefully I'll clear the opponent's entire board. Yep.
And if it helps, stick your lip out.
This also clears the opponent's board. Then I can go ahead and make sure I remove the opponent's units. It's quite unfortunate that I didn't get to kill the opponent right then and there. But at the very least I'll be able to keep freezing the opponent in his tracks, so I'm pretty sure he won't be able to attack us again. Please stop playing Poros. I will eventually run out of stuns. Yeah, the opponent is going to play his last Poro, isn't he? Yep. I'll have to take another 6 damage to my Nexus. The opponent really was committed to dealing that extra 6 damage, I see. Well, let's see if he can go ahead and survive this upcoming attack. No, of course he can't. Lucky us. What do I even pick here? All of these are pretty terrible. Same thing here. I guess the Cloven Way? Not really that satisfying though. Oh well, let's move on. Chop. Spicy Sketcher for free. Anti-up on the Concussive Palm. Stronger Together. I'm going to take it just because. I'm also going to take the free Spicy Sketcher. I'm honestly willing to take anything that the game gives me at this point. I'm pretty sure I can't afford to be picky. Especially considering how I only have one reroll left. I need to save it for something important. Do I play the Zoe? Sure. I was the stun, but it's fine. I want to go ahead and discard the card from the opponent. Maybe work on the Will of Ionia. Seems like a game plan. What is the opponent going to do here? Let's stun there. Make sure we take no damage. Also, let's drop down the Navari Blade Scout, making sure we use all of our mana. Is Yasuo leveled up? Yes, he is. I'm going to drop him down. We don't kill the opponent's board, but we work on going ahead and buffing up the Yasuo.
Emperor, you taught me to command the fair.
How about no? Opponent.
This one's trouble. If the journey doesn't get you the bonus.
I could have blocked with Yasuo, minimize the amount of damage I take, but I didn't want to risk the opponent have a way to kill my Yasuo. Our entire game plan hinges on it. Or on keeping him alive, that is. Emperor's Divide. I need something to deal with that. That's kind of something. I can stun 2 of them at least. Yeah, I think I need to do that. Stun 2, block the other 2. The opponent obviously does that.
Tell the people what you have seen today.
This hurts a lot, but it could hurt a lot more. Ouch. If I could find some healing, that would be great, but I think at this point in time I can't. My deck has no healing. So we'll be going into the next game with this exact amount of health. I guess we'll heal 4. But healing 4 might not be good enough to face off against the first mid-boss. Bye. God Willow Seedling. Twin Disciplines. Can I get something that's actually good for once? Gruesome Theater. I guess it's better than nothing. I'm honestly tempted to just go for the healer. But it's a poppy. What's the worst that can happen if I don't go for the healer? Let's see.
You want me? Well, okay.
"19 health and a dream." This and this. Alright, I guess. Let's drop the Navari Blade Scout, see what the opponent does. That's a Poro. This is so far so good. I will be able to strike with the Blade Scout and the Zoe. Next turn we can go Concussive Palm on something, Spaces Catcher, or we can even Spaces Catcher Zoe's spell. I'm going to Spaces Catcher Zoe's spell. Ooh, Crescent Strike is great.
Summer playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now. I paint sparkle flies.
Okay. Well, since the opponent is doing nothing, I'm just going to drop down the Yasuo. Set up for next turn so I can start dealing a little bit of cheap damage to that thing. Since it's so massive after all. What do I even do here? Let's go ahead and do this, I guess. We do a little bit of damage to the opponent. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait a little bit on the Crescent Strike. Next turn I'll go for it. After Yasuo has leveled up.
Maybe I do have a future. Even I have good days.
Yasuo strikes there, there, and then there. That's what I expected. Then I can go ahead and do this and this. We cleared the entire board, which is perfect. And at the same time we're burning the opponent down. Okay, that's something we can't just stun, unfortunately. But I can do this and remove the poppy permanently.
No cure.
Yeah, the opponent doesn't even dare attack. He knows it's completely pointless. Let's just end things here. Okay, we managed to beat the first mid-boss. That's about as far as I did with Pike the last time I tried this out. I didn't even bother turning Pike into a full video because it just... we lost right after the first mid-boss. It was not going to be good. Let's keep going. Spells chest, gold chest, healer. Honestly, let's go for the healer. I think our deck would benefit from being trimmed down a little bit. Sure, I'm keeping this hand. I'll draw into Yasuo. Never mind. There he is. There's our boy. There's our boy. That's what I wanted to see. We're going to drop him down right away because I want to start making use of him. I can go for the Zoe. That's fine. You're free to do whatever you want, opponent. I already know I'm winning.
Imagination is not experience, and instinct is no substitute.
Next turn I level up Yasuo, nice. And I'm also discarding cards from the opponent's hand in the process. I could try and remove a unit from the opponent's board, but I think there's no point. They're all going to be removed anyway next turn.
Maybe I do have a future.
Look at this. A perfectly clear board.
Even
I mean, not perfectly clear. Karma will stick around, but I won't have to deal with her as an attacker at least. Ooh, Aurora Borealis. That could be a problem. If I didn't have ways to just stun the opponent's units. The opponent is just giving me ways to deal damage to him on his turn at this point. I mean, just now we dealt 12 damage to his Nexus and it wasn't even our turn. Let's go ahead and strike the opponent's Nexus, hopefully. Oh, he's going to try and heal, isn't he? He's healing the Karma instead. Well, you can try all you want, but you're still dead, even if you recall my Yasuo. Okay, so it was around this point that we ended up losing our run with Pike. Let's try and change that. I am going to cut the Cloven Way. Maybe this Blast Concealing is the weakest link because it doesn't directly contribute to towards our game plan of stunning / stalling the opponent out. Let's keep this hand, seems fine. We can drop down the Zoe first turn, maybe the Navari Blade Scout. Fiore will be stunned for most of the game anyway. That's fine. Let's do this. Make sure that the opponent has one less card in hand. Ooh, that was a nice discard, right? Discarded Fiora's riposte, so he has one less Fiora. Actually, that might be relevant.
A symbol worth fighting.
Okay, that's fine. I'll just stun the both of them. So far the opponent is not threatening us that much. I want to go for the Yasuo. I'm going to wait out the opponent, see if he does something first. There's the thing I was waiting for. The opponent has played his entire hand, or spent his entire mana bar. So now I can drop down Yasuo safely and go for a almost full board clear. Hmm, 28. Yeah, it's not good enough. So let's remove the last remaining unit on his board. Then we'll keep Fiora around. You're stunning the Fiora. What if I recall it?
If the journey doesn't get you the
That's what I figured. The opponent just has nothing.
Who does not know the name Laurent?
Yeah, that's not enough. You're just dead.
No cure for fools. My kind of rest.
Ooh, I even killed him on his turn. Didn't realize that. Neat. A shop is up next. We do have a decent amount of money. All of these are rather bad though. Hold it. I'm going to buy Hold It in the hopes that it does synergize with my power of the... what's it called? Not that. Follow the Wind, that's right. I hope it synergizes with Follow the Wind. The power of the stars. Maybe we'll get lucky and get the awesome power off of the Aurelion Sol. Maybe. Let's toss that. I'll keep the Fabulate Whirler. Full of Ionia. Okay, that's unlucky. We tossed the Yasuo back in and got one right afterwards. Multiple of them, in fact. Let's pass, see what the opponent does. Okay, that's fine. I just want an excuse to stun 2 units. One with Zoe summoned and one with the bubble. Okay, we discarded Crystallist of Aeons. Catalyst of Aeons. Not exactly the most exciting thing. Oh great, the Hold It does synergize with our power. That's good to know. That way we're stunning 2 units per turn instead of 1. Honestly, I'm going to go for the Spaces Catcher just so I can give the opponent an excuse to play something. It doesn't. Then in that case, let's Fabulate Whirler into the Messenger. And then next turn I'll attack.
I dare you.
Do I attack right away? I'm going to attack right away. We deal 9. Force the opponent's hand. He plays nothing. I want to play something, but I also want to save the Yasuo for a big board. I'm just going to play the Cloven Way without proccing the Nightfall, I guess. I'm just trying to make use of the mana we do have. Okay, let's a good enough reason to drop down the Yasuo, I think.
Call that a sword? Some didn't.
Now the opponent can't attack with the Tryndamere. I can go ahead and pass the turn.
Underestimate. I dare you. Here's our chance.
Both his units get stunned yet again. And I can kill the opponent. If he doesn't have removal. He has removal. Okay. I don't think that's enough of a threat, but I'm going to do this anyway. Just for fun.
Fire knows so.
Then I can go ahead and do this. For fun as well. I'm going to level up the Tryndamere because I know for a fact it will be stunned permanently. And I guess I'll Cloven Way there.
I do alright. My kind
Permanently killing the opponent by getting rid of a unit from him.
I will retain my honor.
And now for a reward. Yeah, I don't want that. Honestly, if I could just skip on this, it would be great, but unfortunately I can't. Maybe it's something good? Astral Radiance. When you play a created card, reduce the cost of allied champions everywhere by 2. When you play a champion, level them up. You're welcome. Breath of Light. When you play a unit, double its stats if it's Aurelion Sol. The skies descend on all your enemies. I graciously bestow one rare and epic item upon all your champion or your created cards. I don't have money for the 600 one, so I guess we're taking the Cosmic Creation. And then I can cut a card. I'm cutting the Shield Vault. It's the weakest link. And now I'll be going into the next shop with no money. As per usual. Honestly, I'll probably skip the next shop just so I can go ahead and buy something from the epic shop that's right after the next encounter. I think that's enough, or that's good enough. I mean, let's go Lippy Trouble Bubble. Let's try to mess with the opponent's hand. Okay, that's good. I'm going to drop down the Shadow Assassin then, because the opponent has no mana for removal, so it's safe. Next turn both of those will be stunned. Then I can go ahead and play the Navari Blade Scout. I'm honestly tempted to just do this, just so I minimize the amount of damage I take. Then next turn I can drop down the Yasuo. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Next turn I'll play Yasuo. Maybe I'll clear the board. Maybe I'll level up the Viego. Who knows? I didn't do the math, so anything's possible. Killing my Yasuo. I see. Well, in that case, since I don't have a backup Yasuo, I'm just going to go ahead and do this.
Brain here is opinionated.
Unfortunate part is that yeah, Viego is very close to leveling up. Well, let's try to force more cards out of the opponent's hand. Getting rid of the Harrowing is nice.
Play my part.
I could go ahead and recall something just so I can go ahead and discard another card from the opponent. I'm going to go ahead and do that just for fun. Now the opponent has 2 cards in hand and a dream. Stunning Shadow. Know what? This might be the correct play here. It denies Viego the level up, it forces the opponent to play Viego again. I can drop down the Navari Blitz Scout, block there, then I stun there. Yep. This is great. The next turn I'll be able to drop down the Yasuo. Or I can go Spaces Sketcher. I'm going to drop the Spaces Sketcher as a bait, see what the opponent does first.
Spilled paint is just accidental art.
Okay, Viego. Let's drop down the Yasuo, hope the opponent doesn't have removal, and hope for the best. Let's stun these 2, I guess. Even if this thing doesn't get stunned, I at the very least can go ahead and remove its spell shield, making it easier to deal with in the future. The opponent is also just straight up dying to the burn from my what's it called? Explosive finale. If I just do this, the opponent just dies. And I also remove the Viego, which is great, or would have been great if the game kept going. That was not hard. I think tricky would be the best way to describe it. Oh, interesting, lure is tempting, but I don't think I can afford it. I would overdraw way too much. All of these are terrible. Stronger together? Nah. Let's move along. Let's try and spend our money on something that's actually useful. So it's going to be tricky, isn't her? Maybe not. I will stun her constantly though. So perhaps that will be enough. One trickster. Yeah, let's drop down the Zoe first. Then I'll go ahead and start going ahead and stunning the opponent's units. Okay, he's going to steal my Flippy Trouble Bubble. Unluckily for me.
Why Steph flies back into stars?
Actually, no.
Gravity and polarity and watch him get really confused.
That's definitely weird. Oh well. Yasuo leveled up immediately. So at the moment's notice I have a board-wide stun. Do I want to pull the trigger now? Yeah, sure. There's no way that the opponent has a way to remove my Yasuo for 3 mana, right? Yeah, that's not a removal. Neither is that. I can just go ahead and do this. And I'm pretty sure that's enough. Yep, that's what I figured. Perfect. Now I can even attack for free without having to worry about Zoe. But first I'm going to play the Fablet Twirler, because I just got it. Sleepy Trouble Bubble. Okay. Definitely didn't expect that.
Let's do it over there.
Yasuo is going to die if I don't recall it. Yep. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Terrain here is opinionated.
Well, at very least I can drop him down next turn,
Jewels are more.
and he will be
Now who's got the
large enough to take on the opponent's board at least. He won't be massive like he was before, but it's going to be better than nothing.
These gems grant a well harmony.
Okay, so the opponent just spent an entire turn doing nothing. Great for me, not so great for him. You really think that's going to be what gives you the victory, opponent? That's cute. Let's silence the opponent's unit. Just for fun. Next turn, those things are both stunned twice. And the opponent dies. Right? Yep.
One step closer to redemption.
So from this position, I just have to take on 2 more fights. Yep, 2 more fights. And then we're at Aurelion Sol. None of these are that decent. In my sights. Well, I guess. Randall, Anivia.
Time to troll.
Those are some scary fights, but at the very least they're not Irelia Horn. It's good to see some variety finally. Even though this might be hard. If they do get to develop a large enough board, I have no ways to deal with it. Let's go ahead and drop down the Zoe first. This has a proper order. I'm going to Zoe, then I'm going to go for the bubble. Then after the bubble I can go for the Spaces Catcher.
Snow sucker, huh?
good as bone shiver?
Actually the bubble was, or the paddle star was free. I didn't realize that.
I'm a serious artist now.
Kind of bad for me,
Catch me if you can.
but
That's new.
it's fine. Can do this. Maybe I should have tried to go for the damage, but I don't think the damage is going to be what gets us there. Okay. Out of all the outcomes, I definitely didn't expect that one. But sure. I'm actually going to drop down Yasuo here, just because I think this game is going to be won over a long period of time, and in that case, it's better if I get Yasuo down early. The opponent might have some freeze effects here, so I'm not going to pull. Yeah, that's what I figured. He might have a freeze effect, so I'm not going to pull Trundle with Yasuo. No way. Ooh, lucky me. Let's make sure that Yasuo doesn't get removed, shall we? And I guess I'll draw into something. Or try to, at least. Ooh, the unit gets stunned twice if there's only one of them on the board. That's something good to know.
Beckons.
My kind of lessons.
Really? The opponent just has nothing that's playable? Definitely didn't expect that. This game dragged on for a little bit, but it was definitely easier than I anticipated. Let's see if it keeps going like that until the very end. Up next we have Anivia, which can be quite a problem, especially if she gets some nice curve. Our deck has a whole lot of clutter on it though.
On my wings.
40 cards, and we're going to get 42 after this encounter. So we're going to be above average in terms of deck size. Let's toss it back. I'm actually going to keep the Wheel of Ionia, just because I think it will be relevant. Since the opponent has a lot of large units, maybe being able to bounce one of them back to hand is going to be relevant. I'm actually going to drop down the Fable Twirler since I have one extra mana to play around with. And I can go for Zoe. And then I can stun that thing there. I have to remember that
I dare you.
the opponent has access to Very Nice,
No suffering, so we may end it.
and Very Nice is a very troublesome thing. Let's play the Behold the Infinite, I guess. Ooh, that's going to be nice later on. Let's pass and hope for the best.
Here's our chance.
He might hold the Very Nice for a really crucial turn. I'm just going to go ahead and do this, maybe get something good and at the same time give an epic item to my unit. Okay.
Here's our chance.
You know I'm going to rally if you kill my Beyblade Twirler now, don't you, opponent? I'm pretty sure he does, it just doesn't care. Yeah. Honestly, I'm fine with taking the 3 here.
Now who's got the upper hand?
I'm just going to drop this down, the Space Catcher. More stuns are always good.
Never playing catch with Zoe. I'm a serious artist now.
Honestly, I'm going to go for the Yasuo here.
No one is promised tomorrow.
I think this is good enough of a board to stun, and then I can go for an attack immediately afterwards. So that's a plus. I can even make sure I kill all of the opponent's units by doing this. Well, almost all of them. Anivia sticks around. But who cares about Anivia, right?
Quick footwork, fast strike.
Let's see if the opponent has Very Nice. Yes, he does. But you know what? If there was a board that was okay to Very Nice, it would be definitely this one. Just because the opponent's board is not that threatening. And I can just go ahead and do this. And now I can just end my turn.
Underestimate. I dare you.
And now he has something terrible for me. It's not exactly terrible, it just kills my board. But since he has no follow-up, I think this is actually fine. Yeah, that's not a good enough follow-up. Just going to go ahead and do that. Make sure I use up all of my mana.
The dark
or use up most of my mana at least.
They cannot hide.
And I'll use the rally effect as well. Make sure that the rally didn't get wasted. And now the opponent dies. Yeah, that's not enough. So far so good. We managed to make it to the Aurelion Sol fight without any sort of major hiccups. I'd say that's a pretty successful, or that justifies giving this run the title of pretty successful. Now we just need to beat the Aurelion Sol. No, this might be a good enough end. The gruesome theater, maybe not so much, but we can go Zoe, Yasuo. We have options. I'm actually going to go for the Beyblade Twirler first. Yeah. 2? Why 2 exactly? I guess it did get 2 of the Spirit Stones, which is rather unlucky for me. Oh well. The Aurelion Sol levels up here no matter what, unfortunately. But he will be permanently stunned. I just have to wait for a good turn to drop Yasuo. Out of all the things I expected, I definitely didn't expect that one. How about that thing just ceased to be? How about it, opponent? Oh, and he even gets more value. Not something that I wanted to see. Let's block there. Yeah, I'll block there. Set up so that the opponent or the opponent's units don't have a lot of keywords on them. And I guess this Beyblade Twirler will just be absolutely massive. The opponent can't block with anything, so yeah, sure, let's go for this attack. Let's see if the opponent ends up losing a lot of units here. I'm actually going to drop the Beyblade Twirler first, try to bait out some removal. Okay. I'm just going to drop the Yasuo then. He has 6 mana. All of his removal options are slow. The Skies Descend. I was worried about that, but I didn't expect it to come actually. Well, at the very least I can deal 14 to the opponent's Nexus. Then next turn 2 units get stunned. There. I can actually drop down the Zoe. Cosmic Inspiration, I see. Well, in that case, I can go stun there, recall there, but that's not that great because it just means problems for future me. Okay, this just gives me an opportunity to remove the spell shield from that thing and keep discarding cards from the opponent. Also, I definitely need to protect this Feyblade Twirler.
I dare you.
I need more draw. More. This is not more draw, but it's protection for the Feyblade Twirler.
I'm a serious artist now. I can struggle with.
Slowly and surely, I'll get there. Do I go for an attack first? Sure, I'll go for an attack first. This is not exactly lethal, but we're getting there. Eventually we'll have lethal, and it's going to be glorious. Okay, we got rid of a Sky's Descent. That's definitely good. We're going to get there without Yasuo, even if it takes a while. The opponent could probably kill me if it just went for an attack. Yep. Let's block here, block here, block here. 41. Maybe I just sacrifice the Zoe. Maybe I sacrifice the Fizz. Actually, this is better. This saves us even more life. Yeah, let's do this. It hurts, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and draw. Ooh, that's a Yasuo. Let's play the Yasuo, I guess. And nice drop down the Fizz. Then let's go ahead and silence that thing. Do you mind, opponent? I just want to win the game. Can you stop making things so difficult? I am 100% sure that the opponent has no way to interact with me at fast or burst speed. So, in theory, this attack is fine. And I have lethal. Okay, with 3 health to spare, I managed to win the game. It wasn't even close. Oh, that's a lie. It actually was incredibly close. Honestly, I probably played that as best as I could. But yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Till then, goodbye.